Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Shirley Bacasela, and today I am going to talk about the ethnography of communication and its roles in the discourse analysis. This topic is important because it helps us understand how people use the language in the real social situation, and it also explains how communication is influenced by culture, context, and social interaction. What is ethnography of communication? The ethnography of communication was developed by Dale Hymes. This approach studies how people use the language in the real communicative situation instead of focusing only on the grammar and the vocabulary. According to this perspective, communication depends on cultural norms, social relationship, and the context in which the interaction occurs. For this reason, language cannot be separated from the society and the culture. Context. One important idea in the ethnography of communication is that context plays a fundamental role in communication. The meaning of words can change depending on the situation, the participants, and the purpose of the interaction. For example, the same expression may sound friendly, formal, or even aggressive, depending on the context. This demonstrates that the communication is not only about the words, but also about social and the cultural meaning. Another important concept is that every community has invisible social rules for communication. These rules influence who can speak, when people speak, and the tone they should use during interaction. For example, communication in a classroom is different from the communication among friends because social expectations are different. This perspective helps discourse analysis understand communication in a more realistic and organized way. Speaking model. One of the most important contributions of the Dale Hymes is the speaking model. This model helps researchers analyze communicative events systematically. It includes elements such as settings, participants, ends, act sequence, keys, instrumentalities, norms, and yarn. These components help explain how communication works in real social context and how meaning is influenced by the different factors. The ethnography of communication also explains how language reflects identity and social power. People use language not only to communicate information, but also to express social roles, relationship, and authority. For example, communication between teacher and students is usually more formal than communication between close friends. This shows how discourse is connected to the social interaction and identity. Real life example. Now, let's look at the simple example. A teacher can say, "Please submit your homework tomorrow." In this situation, the participants are the teacher and the students. The setting is the classroom. The purpose is given instruction, and the tone is formal and academic. This example demonstrates how communication changes according to the context and the social roles. In conclusion, the ethnography of communication is very important in discourse analysis because it studies language in the real social context. This approach helps people understand how culture, context, identity, and communication are connected. It also explains that language is much more than grammar because the meaning depends on the social interaction and the cultural norm. And that's it, and thank you very much for your attention.